Hey, this is JD79. I'm going to be talking about some more stuff here about the Xbox One, and how it just gets worse and worse from there. Here, I've had some more articles here. Uh, if you and For instance, like in the Xbox 360, you can get around the region restrictions just by buying a Japanese like this here. If you want to play Japanese games or like this, you don't really a lot of companies just want to make region restricted games here. If what happens if the region restricted games comes in here, you have a game that's really appealing, but it's not going to be available in your country because they said so. They can, with internet required. And by the way, the Xbox One is going to be region locked, unlike the PS4, which will be region free, like this here. Now, um, for one thing, if the Xbox One is not going to be released, what if I take my Xbox One to Brazil, or what if I want to take my Xbox to? It's only half of Europe, so like Poland or Ukraine or Poland. I don't know if it's released in Poland over here. If I want to go to Portugal or like Eastern Europe or like this, or if I wanted to, or if I'm going to take a vacation trip to China and do my activities today, but I want to play video games at night, I can't do it with Xbox One because I can't access my stuff. And yeah, if you take your Xbox if you take your Xbox to another region, you can't play it. Um, So if I go to United Kingdom and I hook up my Xbox One to play my games here, by the way, the Xbox One is a dumb name for the new system because in about 15 or 20 years from now, if I'm talking about the Xbox One, you're going to be saying, are you talking about the original Xbox or the Xbox One or the Xbox One? Seriously, I just want to talk. I just want to change my the Xbox 720. All right, if I take my Xbox 720 to the United Kingdom, the UK, if I want to take the British here. Okay, so right now I'm on vacation. I just go to my great places during the day at UK, and then at night at 6 o'clock I go home to I go back to my hotel or whatever it is I'm staying, and I want to like this. If I want to visit someone in UK, I go into my house. So I turn on my Xbox One. Because of Microsoft's new age restriction policy, you cannot be able to play your Xbox One in Europe. That's right. Imported systems don't work, so you can't import games at all. And for the fact it's being online 24 hours, if you can even if someone even cracks it like this to even just to play your appealing game towards overseas, good luck because it's going to take an internet check. That's because it's cracked. It's going to shut the game off. But if I have a game I legitimately purchased overseas and I bring it back here to Microsoft, it does an internet check and says, the disc is from another country. You can't do it. And good luck, and good luck even trying to get the imported system to work because you can't play the game. And some people can be saying, "Oh, it's going to be, we're going to, we're going to we might just release it on region like of here." I have, it's just in the history of releasing games and region specific games here. It's only available in the U.S. But I live in the U.K. I live in the U.K. So I can't import it from the United States to the U.K. And so I talked to this company and says, "Oh, you good luck to be able to do it because you can't because I'm not releasing it to the United Kingdom." Oh, that's really freaking wonderful. If if someone if a British guy comes in here to the United States and buys a game, oh, it's an awesome game here. It's an awesome game. He goes back to Britain here and says, oh, I want to play the game. I can't because the stupid thing. I can't. You can certainly do that with the PS4. Listen, if I go to Europe, I buy a game in Great Britain, you should have the rights to do it. If vice versa, if a British guy comes to the United States and buys a couple of the games here, guess what? Microsoft still makes money. Same thing as I go into Great Britain and I buy a game in Great Britain, buy a British game, come back here in the United States. Look, Microsoft made money if I buy a game in Britain. Man. I mean, and for Microsoft to go backwards and enforce region lockouts through this checkout thing. Yep, you can't. Nope. If I import if I import a British Xbox One, bring it to the United States. Good luck, because it's not going to work anymore. So I can't import the game. I can't import the system anymore. So it's just nah. Likewise, and also I feel bad for the Japanese folks, because I'm hearing that the Xbox One isn't going to be released in Japan. So and also South African people in Japan. So the Japanese can't import the system to play it. So yeah, really nice, Microsoft. I mean, Christ. I just hate region lockouts, alright? These region lockouts is, everybody should have a right to buy a foreign game and play and bring it in. It's the same thing as, buying a European, it's the same thing as, like, buying a good, like, a knick-knack from another company. Another country. Like, I can go there, buy this nice, wonderful looking thing in Europe. It's it's just like going. It's just like buying a foreign game. It's no different than buying than buying something from a European shop. I don't get it. I don't get it why. I don't get it how communist these companies are these days. Region locked as well. Well, then, so that's, yeah. I'm glad that Sony has right now being smart. I'm glad that Sony is keeping region free. So that's a pretty big plus in the PS4. Yeah, if a game if a game, a Japanese game or a European game is so appealing, yeah, I could buy it there. Now, that's it about how I feel about them. That's how these awful DRM. It's just impacting us. I can't play my games in another country anymore. I can't play imported games anymore, even though I paid for it. Oh man. Yeah. What else problems do they have the Xbox One? Or I should call it the Xbox 720. I mean the Xbox 720. Well, if I already can feel that this one's going to become just a box of plastic nothing under my bed here, and I'm like, yeah. If 30 years from now, all right, I got the PS4 out of my closet, all right, it still works, yay, I can still be able to play the PS4, yeah, listen, I mean, people are buying Ataris right now, people are rebuying the 8-bit NESs off eBay now, I mean, I can just experience the true things. Sorry, you can't do that Xbox One. 30 years from now, it says, "Hey, Xbox One Classics, yay!" From the then again, are you referring to the original Xbox or the Xbox One. Or anyway, hey, Xbox 720 Classics, I'm gonna buy it here. So I buy the system here, and I buy this game. So I turn it on, I can't get it to work. My system isn't working because the online's cut off. Oh yeah, now it's just as useful as a stupid terminal that's just a dumb terminal with a cursor on it. Yep, it's just gonna be as useful as a disconnected terminal. That's what it is. Xbox One. It's just a terminal. That's just going to once you lose support of it. That's right. It doesn't work. It's just a system with a cursor on it, much like one of those old terminals from a 1970s terminal that was just a cursor on it. And the only thing you could deal with though is just type random stuff in the screen, and that's it. Yep. So long. Yeah, I mean that's just as useful. That's just how long you can get it to work on the Xbox One when you when you just find under the bed. And yep, my games on there won't work. There goes all my precious games. Meanwhile, I pulled out the PS4. Hey, I can still play my old games, and like when the PS4 becomes a retro system 20 years from now. And yeah, I mean, kids who are enjoying the who are going to be in PS2 a couple of years from now, and grows up with these games, and so 30 years from now, the kids can become an adult, pulls out the PS4, and hey, it still works. I play the games. I love to play this. Meanwhile, another family who's grown up with the Xbox One, okay, he pulls it out from the bed and hooks it up and say, hey, I want to play this. I want to play my Gears of War game I played from the Xbox Ones. Take the disc in. It doesn't work. I can't get the game they love to get to work. Oh, God. Yeah, look at the Atari 26. People are buying them. Yeah, people, are just buying the nostalgic Atari 2600 nostalgia system here that I used to love. And I know and yeah, it still works. Well, I can't say the same thing of the Xbox One. You see, that's a huge problem with systems that forces me to connect to just get the thing to work. I hope that Microsoft would be able to think twice when you're going this radical move towards this, because the Christ. The Xbox 720, yeah, most of the time I'm talking the Xbox One, I've just done the Xbox 720. Well, anyway, Microsoft, I hope you fix this situation now. I hope that in the next few years you'll recognize this, and like how people will react when the day when you terminate your service off the connection tiers. Terminate your service, because these games have no value. I mean, I can't. First of all, the idea of blocking me from lending games to a friend, or borrowing, or renting, or like this, or buying a game used for 20 years from now, it's just outrageous. And now, speaking of used games, all right. All I have to say is, Microsoft, you need to fix this. You need to listen to your customers about this, and tell them that used games should be freely. People have God-given rights to resell their stuff or give away their stuff. Just like Kimball Farms have a right to resell their bumper boats or their arcades from the oldie sawmill place. Just like JGs have the right to resell their go-karts. Just like Walt Disney World that have the right to resell all the equipment they purchased. They have a right to resell their roller coaster cars, and they have a display here. I have a right to resell my games, Microsoft, and you shouldn't be. This is a value draining stuff. The moment when I purchase art and games like this, I value it's great games that I value in this future. I mean, all you have to do is to make an awesome game. All you have to do is to make it. You see, all you have to do is to make an awesome game. And for you to put the DRM on the stuff, you're a bunch of money grubbing a-holes. And even if digital, I mean, why do we have to put up with checkups every 24 hours? Once it's on the console, I mean, it's tied to my account like here. The only time, like when I do a checkup, is if I'm transferring a game to another account. Or I'm playing a game out of my friend's house and I want to hook up online and I can be able to play it, or I can play it from the cloud or like this here. But if I purchase a game, I should be able to do whatever I want to do about it. You see, that's all I have to say. And for them to purchase a used, if you kill off used games, I mean, the great thing here is that, oh my goodness, I have this awesome game. Like I discovered, I take Timbuktu. You know how dang it is? Look, Earthbound for Super Nintendo. I can't hardly get my hands on it right now. Oh yeah, it's because I played Final Fantasy VI on my Super Nintendo. What if the Super Nintendo had this lockout feature and I can't get Earthbound to work because I can't get my Super NES online. I can't play it. The only thing I can do it is to illegally download it, which Oh, jeez. Well, anyway, I hope that Microsoft can reach the words out towards customers, towards this. I hope that people have the rights to buy a game and that's foreign, and I can play it at home. People, I hope that customers can do this to Microsoft right now. Please don't block, use the idea of selling, lending, or like this, and in the future, it's just gonna really damage the game's shelf life. The game's shelf life is just gonna be dramatically it's just gonna be no good in about 10 or 15 years from now. What's gonna happen to it, man? And yeah, like if Xbox One Live goes out, my precious Gears of War game's gone. My precious Final Fantasy game I purchased is gone. Yeah, let's just we need to send a message to them. Tell the message to third-party developers. Look, used games have a place. That's what That's what I have to say about this. I could understand DRM that that what they're trying to do is to block people from making millions of copies like this. But I really do believe that it's time for them to get the message from customers. Used games is just going. It may be. You feel that it's damaging our revenue like this. Okay, let's gonna have to put the points here. If your game is that great and you price it $40 you're gonna generate a lot more sales. And if that game's that great and there's like less game, make a better game. Now, make a better game. Make it $40. Used games aren't the problem. It's the fact that if the games aren't selling well, it just stinks. It's just not good of a game to play. And by letting them borrow or lending games, they have a taste of it here. And, that's all I have to say. The thing is that when you buy a new game, like a used game cannot be impossible. It's practically impossible to sell 50,000 used copies of this game when there's only one copy bought new. That because, yeah, I mean, of course, it's gonna fall off at some point in time because and then you're gonna have to make a play at a time here. The second thing you have to note is that for you to sell 10 used copy, for you to sell like 10 used it's hard to make a 10,000 copies used purchases off of one new purchase. It's practically impossible to do it here. Well, that's all I have to say about this. I mean, yeah, Modern Warfare 2, it costs about $3 or $4 used. That's because there's a lot of new games being purchased here, because people are obsessed about this. So don't tell me that used games are just a problem. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to, just like this here. I'm trying to be as kind enough, but used games. I mean, no. The problem is that the problem is not the used. The problem is that the factory costs $60, and I think it's high for even entry price of a game. A new game comes out. I think an RPG about $30 or $40. And a fighting and also games like fighting games like this, it should be between like $20 or $30. Like Mortal Kombat, the next Mortal Kombat here should be $29.99 to come out, not $59.99, not $60. Well, that's all I have to say. Yeah, a couple more bad stuff about Xbox One. Well, JD out.